Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Captain Show. Today we're going to be reviewing SummerSlam. And let me tell you guys, you need to watch it. Okay? Hands down. No, honestly, it's so hard to tell which pay per view has been the pay per view of the year so far. But this is definitely top 5 so far. Ever since Triple H took over, pay per views have been nothing like they used to be. These are all like must see TV. Like, it feels like a pay-per-view, premium live event, whatever you want to call it. But ever since Triple H took over, y'all need to watch pay-per-views. It's that simple. Let's jump into it. We have the Slim Jim Battle Royal. We saw some great competition in this Battle Royal. We see Matt Riddle. We see AJ Styles. We see Austin Theory. We see Bronson Reed. We see Sheamus. We see LA Knight. We see Chad Gable. We see all kinds of great superstars, established talents, and then we see the return of dun dun dun, drum roll please, Omos. Yep. He definitely did his part in this match, being like the giant. The whole team had to take him out, but I think we all knew who was gonna win. It was gonna be LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight came out on top. It came down to him and Sheamus, and there was some close calls, getting thrown over the top, holding onto the rope, coming back up. But at the end of it, LA Knight gets his hand raised, and I'm really looking forward to see where they take LA Knight with this, because people are saying this is a pointless battle royal, but he is over. Like, he redefines the term over. Anytime his music hits, pop after pop after pop, So I really hope they get him in some kind of title feud or some kind of great feud, Because just some battle royal, it's all good and all, but get him to that next step. Then we hop into Logan Paul versus Ricochet. I was very surprised by Logan Paul's movements during this match, because this is like maybe his 5th WWE match of no, I can't remember the exact number, but I know it's less than 10, And working with Ricochet, that's going to be all kinds of high flying and all that, which they had some great spots. They redid the Spanish Fly, which was awesome. And it was just overall it was a really good match. It was sneakily good, Logan Paul's movements, like for him being a rookie, he moved like a rookie, but then he would hit something that you wouldn't have no clue he was a rookie. You'd be like, oh, this guy's he's a 10-year veteran or whatever. But we predicted Logan Paul was gonna win, and to no one's surprise, Logan Paul won. He gets his hand raised, comes out victorious, and I want to see what they do with him next. I think that the only real thing to do is have him. Honestly, there's no plan for him. Get him on TV more often. That's the main thing, because he's getting the movements down. He wrestles very safely. Get him in the move, get him on TV more often, so he can actually start to build something. Other than that, he's a great heel. He won with brass knucks, knocks Ricochet out, gets the pinfall. But honestly, it helps Ricochet. It doesn't bury Ricochet. But I think Logan Paul could have, he held his own. He could have beat him without the brass knucks. But then we jump into Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. All out banga. It was a great matchup, just chop after chop after chop, I don't know why, but I love the way they wrestle. Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus. It's just very dominant, very bruiser, It's just very entertaining at the end of the day. We see Gunther get his hand raised after he beats Drew McIntyre and retains his championship. He's definitely beaten that record. I remember hearing Michael Cole say it was like 35 days or something like that until he beats the record. But this was a very close matchup, honestly. Drew McIntyre took him to the very end, and then he went to the top rope, fell off the rope, landed on his family jewels, as they say, and then Gunther was able to capitalize, but I think that Gunther just puts out banger after banger, whether it's with Sheamus, whether it's with Drew, whether it's with both of them, and just I don't know when this guy's gonna lose. I don't know when this guy is gonna lose the Intercontinental Championship, but it will be a shocker whenever he does, I believe. But then we jump into Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. MMA rules, the first MMA rules matchup in WWE history, and I kind of like the match. I keep hearing feedback that it was a snooze fest. Nobody liked it. It was very, like, for the very first time doing, like, an MMA type of match. These people, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, best friends for life, they could have really did it. You know, they could have gone all the way, give them a regular match. But they didn't give him that. They gave him some wonky, throw these fake punches, throw these fake kicks. And it did look a little wonky, but I was kind of trying to cut them some slack. But a lot of people said it was a snooze fest. Nobody really liked it too much. Shayna Baszler comes out victorious. That kick from Shayna to Ronda looked brutal. It looked absolutely brutal. But I believe that Shayna Baszler got injured, like somewhere in her elbow. I remember after the match she had some kind of brace on her elbow, so I don't know if this is going to put her out for a while or what's going on with that. But it did seem to be that she was injured. I don't know if it was like a fake injury or whatnot. But they definitely need to run that back and have like a legit matchup, because I feel like they could build it like kind of like Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch, like a nice blood feud. It would be very entertaining, very entertaining. Or honestly, have Ronda screw Baszler over by costing her like a championship, you know? Shayna goes after a championship. Ronda obviously turns on her, but costs her the championship, doesn't allow her to win. Then we jump into Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. You know, just all around great matchup in the blood feud. It was like the story of Rocky, basically. Brock Lesnar took him to Suplex City over and over and over, and Cody could not walk. He was like a newborn deer. His legs were spaghetti noodles. But Brock kept trying to go for the count out victory. He kept throwing Cody Rhodes out the ring, and each time Cody gets in at 8, Cody gets in at 9, and then can barely stand. At the last second, he gets up to run into the ring, you know? But then, at the end of it, Cody Rhodes gets his hand raised. Cody Rhodes wins. And at the end of the match, they say this was unplanned. This was shoot. But at the end of it, we see Brock Lesnar show respect to Cody Rhodes, understanding that the trilogy is over, understanding that Cody he's Rocky, you know? He got up countless times over and over and over after being F5, suplex, you know? So, it was just a really good moment. Shook hands, hugged. Brock raised Cody's hand. I think it was a very good moment. Shows like a little bit of babyface Lesnar and passing of the torch, because I think, was it 20 years or 21? 21 years or 20 years ago, Kurt Angle did the same thing for Brock, and now Brock is doing the same thing for Cody. So it was a great passing of the torch moment. I really like this feud. A lot of people were saying, oh, it's getting boring. I wish there was some kind of stipulation, like maybe a last man standings match or 3 stages of hell would have been cool. But let's see what Cody Rhodes is going to do next. Seemed like Brock was like a stepping stone, really. Like, okay, if you can beat me, you can be champion kind of thing. Then we jump into Asuka versus Bianca Belair versus Charlotte. This triple threat match did not disappoint at all. Unfortunately, it did go on right before the main event, so not that many people were, like, they were still recharging. But this triple threat match was no joke. The spots were crazy. We had Belair injuring her knee, acting like she couldn't. They were taking her to the back. Charlotte with the figure 8 on Asuka. Belair hitting a 450 splash on Charlotte as Charlotte's up in that figure 8 position. I swear, I slowed it down on everything. A split second later, and Charlotte's wrist would be gone. Like, I mean, broken to the bone. We see all kinds of spots, though. It was. I really, really did think that Asuka was going to win. They had some very clean, nice spots in this matchup. I really liked it, and I think they need to run it back. And we see Charlotte having the figure eight on Belair. We see Asuka come in with the mist and spray Charlotte. Asuka goes to kick Belair. Belair dodges and then hits the most devastating move in sports entertainment history, the surprise roll-up. Rolls up Asuka while still being in the figure four and gets the victory. Belair gets the victory. She sold her knee injury like it was death. Like she could not walk. Like you would think that she had one leg. So we see Belair win, and she's the new undisputed women's WWE champion. And while she's sitting here celebrating, what do we hear? Dun dun dun. Io Sky coming to the ring. Io Sky cashes in. Bayley takes the briefcase, takes out Charlotte Flair, takes out Asuka, and then Belair's fighting Bayley. Io Sky hits Belair in the knee, goes ahead, capitalizes, and now she is the new WWE Women's Champion. And look at this picture of Damage Control right there in the ring, celebrating her championship. I believe I heard something. She's the first woman from Wrestling of Stardom to win a championship over there and win over here, which is great for women's wrestling, you know? Awesome to hear that. Awesome to hear that. Then we're going to go ahead and jump into Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. This was the match of the night. Like, at the beginning, everybody was like, oh, Seth is going to win. Seth is going to win. But midway through the match, you can see, like, damn, Seth should really lose this match. Finn Balor should win. It was one of those times where you just slowly, progressively see, like, damn, like, there's a real reason why Finn Balor is the villain, you know? 7 years ago, to the day, on SummerSlam, he wins the Universal Championship, but he can't continue to be champion. They did do the barricade spot when he power bombs him. Finn Balor did that to Seth Rollins to show him how bad that hurt him for the past 7 years. Finn Balor had a nice 7 right there on the shoulder blade, the shoulder, where the shoulder rotator is, or wherever. Seth comes in the same attire of 7 years ago. But this match was match of the night. It was grueling. It was hard hitting. It was just like, if any match gets a 5 out of 5 today, it would be this match. But we see the Judgment Day come in to try to help Finn Balor. You know, they're trying to distract the ref. They're trying to. We see Damian Priest hit Seth with the briefcase while Rhea Ripley distracts the ref. But then Seth still kicks out. You know, there's not really much that Finn can do. It's like, damn, like this guy is not kicking. He's not giving up. He's kicking out. He's kicking out. He's kicking out. And then we see miscommunication between the Judgment Day, and Damian Priest leaves the briefcase and then goes to the other side of the ring. And then Seth Rollins stomps Finn Balor's head through the briefcase as he's holding it and gets the 1, 2, 3. So the miscommunication between the Judgment Day still stirring. I don't know if they're going to break up or what's going on, but Jesus Christ, man. I really do want Finn to win this championship. Finn Balor deserves to be a championship level guy, you know. His promos, especially over the past, during this, like, trilogy, it's not a trilogy yet, but his promos between these past 2 matches with Seth Rollins have been incredible. I love the seriousness, the destruction, the callbacks to how badly because they've had fights in the past, and how that trauma has not healed yet, you know. Finn Balor deserves to be some kind of champion. They've buried him left and right and left and right. Especially with the demon persona, we see Seth Rollins become victorious today. I think third time's the charm. I think Finn Balor wins their next bout, if they do have one. But then we jump into the main event. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. Tribal Combat. And oh boy, let me tell you, this matchup did not disappoint. I loved this matchup. This matchup was very, very good. I love the storytelling, the callback moments, and all of it, you know. At first, Roman is destroying Jey. Just does not let Jey even breathe. Offense after offense after offense, you know. And then Jey finally is able to reverse it. Gets a weapon, gets a kendo stick. Starts going ham on Roman Reigns. Goes ham, just absolute bam, 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 bam. And then it just continuously wrestling all throughout the arena, even out there in the crowd, which I love that, you know. They haven't done that spot in a while. And they need to bring it back. Wrestling in the crowd for quite a bit, like all the way in the back. We see them come all the way back to the ring. We see Solo Sikoa interfere and try to attack Jey Uso, which is working for a little bit. It's working for a little bit, and then Jey counters, you know. There's a miscommunication between Solo and Roman, which leads Jey to spear Roman through the barricade. Then Jey puts Solo through the announce table the same way Solo put Jimmy through the announce table. And, oh my goodness, the moves in this match are crazy. Like, I get you guys think super kicks are overdone, but the way they steal each other's moves over and over is hilariously good. We see Jey Uso hitting him with I can't remember what he calls it, but it's a callback to the Rock with the little spit in the hand punch. And then we see spear from both of them to each other. We see super kick after super kick. We see, was it Jey that went through a table? We see Jey get a reversal. We see him get the chair, just absolutely unloading on Solo and Roman. Just that chair was bent in half backwards because of their backs. And Jey hits a super kick. He dodges a Superman punch, hits a super kick, bounces off the ropes, hits a spear, goes for the Uso splash, and it looks like he's about to win. Solo's laid out by the announce table. We hear one. We hear two. And then someone in a hoodie and a mask pulls Jey Uso out of the ring. Who is this you may think it is, you know? Who do we think it is? Who do we think it is? Drum roll, please. Jimmy Uso turning on Jey Uso, not allowing Jey Uso to win the the WWE Undisputed Championship or become the Tribal Chief. We see Jimmy Uso super kick Jey, then throw him back into the ring. We see Roman spear Jey through a table and then go ahead and pin him to retain. A lot of people are looking at this picture because Roman was very confused why Jimmy turned on Jey. But Paul Heyman seems like he knows what's going on. He's like, oh, I knew this was happening. Ah, ha, ha, you know? That evil laugh that Paul Heyman has. But we do see Roman Reigns come out victorious, still undisputed champion, and still the Tribal Chief. But I believe they had Jimmy turn on Jey a little too soon. Like, I understand because it built up to this already. Like, have Jimmy come back to past few SmackDowns and just have it be like tiny little seeds, you know. But they didn't have Jimmy there at all, which just made it seem like what's going on. But that is the conclusion of SummerSlam. It was an amazing pay-per-view. I truly, truly recommend you guys go watch it. And oh my goodness, it is a tear-jerker, you know? These moments hitting left and right. The Bloodline storyline, pure cinema. Io Sky claiming the new women's undisputed WWE championship. That's awesome. We see Gunther continue to retain. We see Cody defeat the Beast, Brock Lesnar. We see Logan Paul beat Ricochet, but he had to use brass knucks, so they might run it back, honestly. We see LA Knight, yeah, go ahead and win the Battle Royal. We see Shayna Baszler beat Ronda Rousey. And that was basically the entire pay-per-view, and it was an amazing pay-per-view. We see Seth Rollins beat Finn Balor. We see Finn Balor and the Judgment Day having miscommunication costing him the match again, you know? I can't stress it enough. You guys need to watch this. Since Triple H took over, WWE pay-per-views have been on fire. I have not seen one premium live event be under a 7.5 rating so far. Each and every one of them have been awesome. Completely stellar. You know? Ecstatic. The energy, the electric feel of each premium live event is insane. But other than that, I'm done for today, you guys. You guys make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below what was your guys' match of the night. If you guys did watch it, go ahead, check out other videos on the channel. They will be right here below. Thank you. See you guys next time.